Hello. On request I'm going to show you my guitar rig. I've had quite a few requests about showing what type of stuff I use for pedals and amp and guitar and stuff. So I'm gonna give you a bit of a run through here, or a rig rundown as they say. And starting out with the amp, I have a PV Valking 100 watt head, and for now I'm using it together with an orange 12-inch cab, 12-inch speaker, and I'm really digging the sound I'm getting out of it. It's far more convenient for smaller venues and doing demos and clinics and rehearsals than this big monster here. I have this matched PV Valking 4x12 inch speakers, but I'm really digging the sound I'm getting out of this one on low volume, so that's what I'm gonna run you through today. And I have my pedal board here. It's a Pedal Train Pro, and I have a bunch of goody stuff on here, which I'm going to show you later, a bit more close up. And the guitar I'm using is an old 90s or late 80s even, I don't know, probably early 90s Ibanez RG 550, and it's in drop D tuning. It's really comfortable to play. I've had it for, I can't even count the years I've had it. It's way too long, but I've grown really in love with it. And I'm going to show you my basic sounds here now. So starting out with the clean sound, I have this little beautiful thing with a lot of chorus and some delay. Sounds like this. And then I have my basic rhythm channel with quite a lot of gain for brutal riffs and such. Sounds like this. And then I have a lead channel, which is pretty much based on the rhythm channel, but I've added a bit more gain through the gain boost in the amp, and also I have like a boost for the rhythm channel with a TubeScreamer. So it's quite a lot of noise in this one, but I think it works well anyway. And of course some delay, and it sounds like this. Have a delay channel which is not a lead channel, it's more for rhythm, ambient rhythm stuff like this. My kind of like U2 the edge guitar sound, but with a little bit more distortion. And then I also have this brilliant little thing. It's an acoustic simulator. I'm really tired of dragging along acoustic guitars and stuff, so I have this wonderful little pedal called the Acoustic Simulator. It's not a perfect emulation of an acoustic guitar, but it's pretty close, and it's good enough for me, and you can really set the sound depending on how you want it to sound. If you want like a standard or a jumbo or whatever you want. I have it set to a standard. And to show the difference, this is the same channel, the same clean channel without the acoustic simulator and without the delay. And if I run it through the acoustic simulator, I really like how that sounds. Sounds pretty nice for finger picking as well. And then I have a little thing here called the Whammy DT. It's the standard Whammy pedal used by Tom Morello and other guitar players, used for pitch shifting effects. But the new DT version has a drop tune effect as well. I used to have a Morpheus drop tune pedal for that, so I didn't have to switch guitars when I wanted to change to a different drop tuning. Like, say if I have to play a song in drop D and then the next song is in drop C, I would have to switch guitars because I have floating tremolo, so I can't change the tunings on the guitar without this whole thing going brrrt and all the springs on the backside popping out. So with this little neat pedal, I just hit the switch and it goes down. Standard drop D, and I hit the switch. It works well for me. Maybe I wouldn't use it in the studio, but it works fine when you play live. No one has said anything yet, so I think I'm getting away with it. And I'm going to show you a close-up of all my pedals, so I'm gonna change the camera around and I'll see you in a few seconds. Bye for now. So, here we have my pedal board, and I'm starting the whole thing out with the Line 6 wireless unit, the Relay G30, and I have a transmitter here on my strap on my guitar, and it's been working really good for me. And I'm then using the Ibanez Weeping Demon Wah, and I'm using the optic sensor, so it's not a manual switch, like you don't have to hit it hard or do anything, you just have to get on it and it starts working. And then you release it and it's back to normal, so very functional and sounds good to me. And then we have the TC Electronic PolyTune. I'm really liking that. It's pretty precise and shows you clearly if you're in tune or not. And then I'm using the Marshall Supervibe Chorus. That's the oldest pedal I have. I bought that one back in 1999 or something, I think. And it's been serving me quite well. I thought it didn't work for a whole bunch of years, but it turns out that it was the battery thing that failed. So when I'm running it through my pedal power here, it works fine. And then I have the Boss DD7 digital delay, but I'm using the analog setting, and it's pretty much straight set everything. It sounds really good the way it is. You don't have to switch a lot of stuff, and I'm not running anything in stereo. It's just pure mono signals. And then I have the the TubeScreamer, the Ibanez TubeScreamer. This is the Tone-Lok series re-release, so it's a bit cheaper, but it sounds the same to me. I can't hear much of a difference, so it works pretty fine for me. And then I mentioned the Acoustic Simulator already. It's a Boss pedal. And then we have the G-string Decimator II noise reduction. Cleans up the signal quite a lot, and especially on higher volumes. It's not too bad when I'm using low volume, but when I crank it up a bit, it gets a bit noisy. So that's a really good thing to have. And I mentioned the Whammy pedal as well with the drop tune function. So on this side you have the drop tune, and you can shift anything from a half step down to 7 half steps down, or an octave, and an octave plus the regular signal, like an octave doubler. And you can also shift up. The pedal I had before this, the Morpheus drop tune, it couldn't go up. I think they've released one now that can go up, but by the time I bought it, they didn't have that yet. And I felt it was more convenient to have both pedals in one instead of two almost the same size taking up very much more space on the pedal board. You see, it's a bit cramped with all the cables and everything, so I didn't really have the space for that. So this was really a salvation for me. And on this side you have the regular Whammy functions, like octaves up and down, and like this. And I'm almost always using either the 2 octaves up or the 1 octave up setting. And then I have a Boss volume pedal, and I've actually put it in the effects loop of the amp instead of before the input, because if I put it before the input, it decreases the amount of signal that goes into the amp, and it doesn't give me the amount of distortion I want when I do swells. So when I put it in the FX loop instead, it keeps the signal as it is and just lowers the output of it. So if I want to do the thing where I'm lowering the gain, I can just use my volume knob on my guitar instead. So even if I crank it up here, let's say full blast on the guitar, and everything is put on maximum on the volume here, and then just raise everything, and it's full distortion all the way through. I really like that stuff. And then we have this unit, the Moen Get 9 effects routing system. It's where almost all the pedals are plugged in, and I have saved them into different banks. So it's like an analog switcher for pedals, so you don't have to stop on like 5 pedals to switch from your clean tone to your distorted lead tone. So I've marked them here what they are, and I haven't actually put a marker on this one yet, but this is the preset 5 here is the Acoustic Simulator, so I'm gonna put one on there later. And then I have the rhythm delay section here, or rhythm delay section sound on preset 4, the clean on preset 3, the rhythm on preset 2, and the lead on preset 1. And why I have them in that order is because I want the lead channel to be easy accessible when it's time for the solo, so I don't have to, oh, like, where am I? So I put that one first. And next to that one I have the rhythm channel, because I'm mostly switching between those two, so I want them nearby. And then I use the clean almost as much as the rhythm, so I put that one close. And I'm not using the rhythm delay or the acoustic simulator all that much, so I'll put those on a bit more on the side. And here's the mute button for it, so it goes, everything is silent, and I can use the tuner. And what else? There's not really much else here on the pedal board. So here's the amp. It's a PV Valve King 100 watt head, and I have it plugged into an orange cabinet, as I mentioned earlier. And the cables here, we have the send and return cables for the effects loop, the input cable, regular input, and the foot switch on the back side. All those 4 cables go into the switching unit on the pedal board, so I can switch channels. And they also let me add functions for boost volume and gain boost for the lead channel. As far as EQ goes, on the clean setting I'm using straight mid and cut the bass a bit and cut the treble a bit. On the rhythm and lead channel I have cut a bit of bass, boosted a bit of treble and kept the middle pretty much as it is in the straight position. And I'm not using the reverb. I'm usually letting the venue take care of natural reverb, and if we record in the studio we add reverb later. Damping, it's presence and resonance, and I'm using that pretty much straight, so I don't really need to mess with that. Sounds good like it is. And on the back side we have a texture knob which lets you switch between either the modern sound or the more old school amp sound, and you can blend between the two, but I'm using the full modern setting, full blast on, and I'm really liking how it sounds. As for the guitar here, we have actually I've switched the pickup here. It's a DiMarzio Deactivator X, so it's a pretty hot pickup, and it gives me all the signal power I need to get a good distortion sound. And I'm going to switch back now so we can take another look at the pedalboard, or actually listen to the pedalboard and what the pedals actually do and what the sound difference is. So we're back here at the pedalboard, and I already showed you the wah before, and I'm going to take you through the chorus pedal here. This is what the clean channel sounds without it, or actually I'm going to take away the delay as well. So that's the basic clean channel. And then I'm adding the chorus. It's like a time machine to the 80s, I love it. And then we have the delay. Just the delay without the chorus sounds like this. And they sound really sweet together, I think. And then we have on the lead channel we have the delay. And without the delay it sounds like this. And with the delay really adds that extra little thing I need. And the acoustic simulator, I've already shown you that one. And the TubeScreamer, yeah, for the rhythm channel. Here's the tone without the TubeScreamer. And then we have with. It adds that little more color to the sound and makes it less muddy. I really like the way it colors the sound, and I have the settings dead straight. I haven't messed with anything. The Tone-Lok re-release of this pedal, which is the one I have, it actually has a hot setting as well. It has a TS9 setting and a hot setting, but I can't use the hot setting because everything is like ultra distorted and it becomes just a mess. And even though I have the noise reduction, everything feedbacks and gives me shitload of noise, so I can't use that setting. So I'm using the TS9 and it's perfect. So that's pretty much it. So I hope you got something out of this and learned at least something or gained from this in any way. And all of you who asked me about this, thank you very much for showing interest, and I really hope that you got what you asked for. And if not, just ask me. Put a comment or contact me on Facebook or whatever. Just ask away and I'll be happy to answer if I can. With the knowledge I have, I'm willing to share. So yeah, that's it. Have a good day and take care and play a lot of guitar.